Now it's back to the MCG for 3AW's coverage of the round 3 clash between the D's and the Dons.
Half-time here for Sheen Panel Service, not far away from a restart for the second half. If you have just tuned in, the half-time score, Melbourne 10-1, 61, Essendon 8-6, 54. Big transformation in the game in that second quarter. Essendon led by 21 points at quarter time. Melbourne with 3-1-19, Essendon 6-4-40. And that's changed big time after a brilliant second term by the Demons. Halftime brought to you by the good people at Sheen Panel Service. When the unexpected happens on the road, choose Sheen Panel Service as your repairer. If you want more info, sheengroup.com.au is where you can find more info. sheengroup.com.au. We'll bring you an injury report at the end of the game as well, thanks to Arnold, Thomas and Becker. But Tom Morris will keep us updated on the injuries throughout this second half. But Kobe Much is at the moment incapacitated, won't take any further part in the game, so that's some bad news for the Bombers. But the good news for Melbourne was that Tom McDonald appeared to simply break his ankle strapping, went off, had it restrapped, and he's fine to go. 8-6 plays 10-1, Jimmy Bartell and Matthew Lloyd before the bounce of the ball.
Yeah, I just think the Bombers, Lloydie, if they get back in, well, they're only 7 points down, but to get back to that first quarter footy, again, match the Demons in the contest. They don't have to belt them in contested footy, but match them and keep up their good work around the clearances. Max Gawn is getting his hands on a lot, but they're actually winning the clearances. And like I said, their best form of defence comes off their attack because it gets them in a really good position to defend if they were to turn the footy over. And the D's, you just want to bottle that second quarter, don't you?
You do. Once they really got a sniff for it and a taste for it, and they put pressure on. I've started to see some Bomber players fumble, which they didn't in that first quarter. Obviously, it starts with Max Gawn. I thought he really lifted. And then if he lifts and the ball gets into their forward line, it allows for Hibbert and these runners to get involved. But if they drop off, the Bombers' pace on the outside is a real concern for Melbourne.
Very quickly around the grounds with thanks to Me Bank. Me, the bank with low fixed home loan rates. Three-quarter time at Footscray in the VFL. Footscray 11-11-77 leads Sandy 5-6-36. Down at the Cattery, Richmond 6-7-43 leads Geelong 6-5-41. And in the NRL, full-time, the Warriors beat the Titans 26-10. And it's a low-scoring and close one at half-time. In the other big game, the West Tigers are 4, the Penrith Panthers 2.
Nice work, Beef. Third term about to get underway, brought to you by Robot Building Supplies. Robot's got it for all your building supplies. Demons by 7. Underway. Bell Chambers and Gawn go at it. Oliver gets a handball into Harms' arms. Couldn't break free with it. Gawn a toe poke. Knocked it to Bell Chambers, though. Shields handed it up towards the runner. Bagley, short pass. Stringer. Almost the mark, just didn't quite hold it long enough. He gets the crumb, bends it around the body and kicks the goal of the night, or at least one of them. It's going to be hard to beat McDonald, Tim and Woody's goal, but that's up there. 30 seconds in, third term, and they get the much needed one. It's a 1-point game, 9-6-60, plays 10-1-61, and Stringer's got 3. Here's Lloydie and Jimmy.
Well, he's been a good player, Stringer. Last week, even against the Saints, he was at least trying when a lot of the other players looked like they wanted to be somewhere else. So it's a tough matchup for Jeddah. He's been a good player for Melbourne, but looks undersized for that matchup.
Yeah, I don't know whether because he's got a smaller opponent tonight that he's actually willing to come up at the footy. We've seen so much of Stringer getting a lot of his goals, bringing his man up and doubling out the back, especially the first couple of games of the year. He kept trying to get out to the back of the goal square, but he looks so much better prospect first coming at the footy and then making his way back to the goal square.
Kick 3 last time these two sides met, round 6 last year, 3-3 to be exact. All 3 of his goals tonight to the Punt Road end of the stadium. Back in the middle, a 1-point ball game. Important clearance. Brayshaw scrubs a kick to centre half forward. Saad did well, didn't take possession, just palmed it ahead of him, then gathered. Look away handball to Ridley, just missed the target. Tom McDonald tries to storm through. Good tackle by Parrish. Should be rewarded and is. And the Essendon midfielder, slightly built, but that was a big tackle on a much bigger man. Wins the free kick at left half back and retreats all the way back to Ridley at centre half back.
McKenna, he gets it given to him. He goes wide to the running Francis, runs across defensive 50, puts a bullet to the wing. Missed his intended target, but gets it to Shield. He handballed to Zaharakis, flicks it back to McKernan. His handball wasn't really a handball. It fell to Zaharakis, got it to McGrath, got it to Ambrose, kicking around the body back to Parrish, bouncing ball on 50. Fritsch got there first, caught. Brilliant from Fritsch. Got it to Jones. Not sure that was a handball. Back to him, by the way. Threw it over his head. Fritsch to Neil Bullen. Puts it to grass. Chest mark he should have taken. Brayshaw had a chance. Heppel picked their pocket. Short pass to Bagley. He takes the mark, 48 out. Has he got this in him, Lordy, Bagley?
Right. I think actually they're trying to say go now, but I reckon he'll just make it, Dwayne.
All right.
From 50.
I wonder if Neil Bullen's still a bit shaken up from that big tumble he took over the far wing, because a couple of balls he's gone to since, he's looked a bit fumbly and just a little bit off the pace.
So a big kick coming up from right on the paint of the 50, but directly out from Bagley. He kicks from 1 metre outside it, and it's a mongrel that has not scored. Distance wasn't the worry in the end. 3 minutes gone, third term. Essendon had a chance to actually draw scores level, but it's still a 1 point game. 60-61, D's lead. Here's the Beaver.
That was a floating, horrible thing as Frost with the kick in. Gawn was the target. Wiedemann at the back does the crumbing. Handball to Nathan Jones, to Neil Bullen, to Wagner, to Oliver, to Brayshaw, all by hand. Out to the other Wagner. That's Corey. He arches the back, puts on the Jets. Another handball to Harms. He's going to be run down. He was a sitting duck. He couldn't get any momentum going, and McKenna was going, well, as quick as we know he can go, which is almost still gift-like. And McKenna with the free kick, and he runs away and takes an early bounce and then kicks to a one-on-one on this member stand centre wing. Bagley, good body position, got rid of Josh Wagner and took the chest mark, centre wing, member stand side.
It's about playing on quickly. He does go out wider to Fantasia. Takes the mark, but he's still on the wing. Stringer wants it long. He wants it bombed on their heads here, Stringer. He doesn't get that. Short pass to Heppel of about 30 metres. He gave it to Ambrose. Now he bombs it on their heads. Stringer stays down. Almost got to him at the back of the pack. Oscar McDonald, great tackle. McKernan, top of the goal square, not rewarded. He didn't have prior, so that's why Oscar got away with it. But a good spot for a ball up here for Essendon. 9-6 to 10-1. 4.5 gone. Third term for Robot Building Supplies.
Quick throw up. One down by Gawn to Frost. Ball to boot as rapidly. Didn't really look. Guelphy overran it. Socket off the ground by Petrarca. Might sit here for Wagner. Big hip and shoulder by Hurley. Ball spills free to Ambrose. He was tackled and the ball spilled free again. Players dive on top of the pill. Umpire having a good look. Surely he can't pluck one out from here. No, he says he'll throw it up. And the last two up were Guelphy and little Jay Lockhart. Good commitment from players from both sides, and we're in neutral territory. Centre wing on this member stand side. Bell Chambers and Gawn fight a 0-0 draw. Brayshaw with a handball to Oliver. Left foot kick round the corner. Petrarca on the bounce. Gathered cleanly, but handballed untidily. Just looking for the right word, there, gentlemen. And missed the target in Harms, and it rolls out of bounds.
Well, you're going to say handballed out of harm's way.
That's, with the benefit of hindsight.
Yeah. Ball about to be tossed back in. That's the kind of stupid stuff that you don't do and I do, and I think I'm better off going your tactics. Ball comes to Merritt, hands it up to Heppel, bouncing ball. Bell Chambers looked at Heppel, looked at Bell Chambers, big hip and shoulder. Jetta put Heppel down, but he bounced up like a rubber ball. Got a handball inside to Sard. He's on the wing, flicks it to Parrish, flicks it to McDonald, Tim and Woody. I'll put it in the book. He's 60 out, he's 50 out, he's 40 out, he's 30 out. What a great goal, McDonald, Tim and Woody. That is a contender for the Drain Man goal of the day. Yeah, Drain Man goal of the night. The Drain Man. Yeah, he's got 3 contenders.
You caught it, Dwayne. Put it down in the book. He sold some candy to Oscar McDonald. He fell for the 2-card trick. Yeah, the big
footy card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's well done, Dyson Heppel. He got hit hard and he just got straight back up. He's a proud man, Dyson Heppel, and I've heard he put it on the leadership group and said, it's on us this week. And they've stood up. Dylan Shield, he looks the most dangerous player on the ground for mine with his outside speed again in this third quarter. And Melbourne have to be good in close. Otherwise, Essendon are going to run them off their feet. They look the better side here in this third quarter.
Stringer, McDonald, Tipperwoody and Sean McKernan all with 3 goals apiece. So they're not really sharing the love. They've only got 4 individual goal kickers, the Bombers. Zach Merritt with the clearance. Long ball towards full forward. They're on a roll here, the Bombers. Shields got it. Wriggles out of trouble. Little kick towards the left forward pocket. It won't stay in as players dive desperately after it. Bagley went to ground. Tumbling over the top of him was Kolajasny. And we'll have a boundary throw in 15 to 20 around from the Essendon goal. They lead it by 5 points, the Bombers. They've kicked 2 straight, and the Demons yet to score in this third term.
So 3 in a row now for the Bombers, and Smith bends it around the body to the top of the square. Bagley! Great use of the body, and he will make it. 4 goals in a row to Essendon. 7 minutes gone, third term. This has been brilliant from the Bombers. They led by 21 at quarter time. They were under siege in the second. Melbourne took their lead away from them, led by 7 at half time, but the Bombers have bounced back big time in this third. And the goal from the top of the goal square, kicked by Bagley. 8 gone, third term. Robot Building Supplies. Robot's got it for all your building supplies. Essendon 11-6-72. Melbourne 10-1-61.
Yeah, well done by Bagley over the last 18 months to sort of reinvent himself. He was always in the back pocket getting the tough jobs, but as sides change, he's found a little niche for himself on the forward line. He always does either defensive forward roles or he provides a lot of pressure. But a great contest win there on the bigger man Frost. But I think even Essendon with Devon Smith off, Darcy Parish has become that real important link player. We've seen a couple of times he's been involved in those attacking chains. He can get forward really hard at the right time.
We don't get to say it too often these days, but we've got a shootout. 21 goals kicked already, and we're only 9 minutes into the third term. 11-6
Get Mick Warner on the phone. Tell him scoring's up.
That's why Mick Warner's left. He's gone overseas.
Back in the centre. Gorn wins the tap after Clark mistimed his jump. Gorn went back and got it. Heard the voice of Nathan Jones. Handballed out that way. Went to ground, but got a handball to Brayshaw. High wobbly thing to right. Hufford and Francis, who took some fine intercept marks against the Saints last week, takes one again. And Petrarca has to forlornly stand the mark at forward 50 for Melbourne. So left half back for the Bombers. Off a step, he kicks to centre wing. No mark taken. Wagner, that's Josh, tries to get a handball out to Oscar McDonald. And then he's got a problem ball trapped underneath him. And the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Good tackle by Devon Smith. And we'll have a throw up. Centre wing. Member stand side. It's thrown up quickly. Bellchambers got rid of Gorn. Bit of aerial ping pong. Brayshaw paddled it to Jones, who got a handball to Oliver. Squeezes the kick down the line. And it pitched just inside the field of play. And bounces out 53 around from the Melbourne goal.
Devon Smith moving pretty well in this third quarter. He got the corky in that second quarter, but he's made a great start and having a real impact here in this third.
Bellchambers and Gorn go at it. Big slap down. Bellchambers got it down the Zaharakis McGrath direction. Zaharakis did the right thing by McGrath. He picked it up and flicked it to him, and then McGrath did the wrong thing and fumbled it out. So ball back in. Same spot. 10 and a quarter minutes gone. Third term. 61-72. Bombers back in front. Zaharakis caught though. No prior, so it won't be ball. It'll be a ball up. About 70 out from the Melbourne goal. Don't forget 3AW football from midday tomorrow, Beeve. Should be a pretty big one tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, triple header. Carlton, Sydney, Giants, Tigers, and then the Pies and the Eagles. Looking forward to being in Sydney for the Giants and the Tigers. Now, a free kick to Essendon. Melbourne fans screaming for incorrect disposal. Clayton Oliver can't believe the call for too high against his opposite number 13 in Fantasia. Oliver stands there with hands on head. And they didn't like the Yarra Valley Toyota replay, either did the members. Plenty of booing. Was that a push by McKernan? Umpire said if he did it legally. He takes the mark and handballs to Shield from 70. Hugs the boundary line. Kicks in the stringer direction. Got hands on it. Couldn't complete the mark. Bagley close to the boundary line. Can he thread the needle? Kicks it towards McDonald. Woody! He's done it again! He's got his fourth. The miniature highlight reel puts the Bombers 17 points to the good. 12-6-78. Melbourne 10-1, 61. Demons scoreless in the first 11.5 minutes of the third term, and the Bombers have banged on 4 straight.
And some of these matchups in defence are a real worry. So to Stringer Jetta, one's a worry. Sam Frost is a liability to be out there at the moment. He just got pushed under the ball and played for a free kick on Sean McKernan. Yep. And Tip and Woody haven't got a match-up for him there at the moment. So Kolodjasny's on the far wing on him, and he's kicked 4 goals. So they need to get back on top in the midfield, because this back line of Melbourne is not going well.
Frost never does well in 26-degree heat, Lloydie. Ball back in the middle. Go on. Please don't tune out. That's the last time I'll do that. Harms in the middle of the ground. Go out to Brayshaw. Melbourne get the clearance. A mongrel inside 50. Hurley got there with a big set of knuckles. Knocked it down. Chance for McGrath and Wagner. Wagner got there first. Kick smothered by Guelphy. Did well on hands and knees. Flicked the handball out to McKenna. He poked it over the top of heads to try and get it to Smith. Had to lay a tackle on Salem in the end. Back to Tom McDonald. Fend-off was good. Gave to Salem. Squeezed the kick. Lockhart's got it. 70 from goal. Good delivery from him. Melksham. Arm chop free, not paid. Umpire said play on. And Francis to Zaharakis to Fantasia. And the Bombers are out.
Clear turf ahead of him. He runs his full measure and drives it down towards right half forward. Scooped up there by McKernan, who I reckon he's done his hamstring actually. Keep an eye on him. He's limping. Melbourne with the turnover. Brayshaw at centre wing. Kicks to centre half forward, and Viney takes the mark. And a chance to kick a rare goal to the City end. But what does Viney? He doesn't think he's got the leg, so he pokes it out towards the forward pocket, and Hunt takes the mark. And we'll look back at...
So what would you take, Lloydie? Viney from 45 or Hunt from 35 on an angle, and his last one was...
They both would worry me. Of course he did. Viney's not a long kick.
You have to pick one.
Hunt hurts you as well.
30 out, slight angle. Jaden Hunt misses to the right. It's one of those strange scoring anomalies tonight. 22 goals kicked, 17 of them have been to the Punt Road end. And a miss to the City end. 12-6-78 the Bombers, 10-2-68 the Demons. That's their first score of the third term. We're 14 minutes in, and that's on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. And I still don't reckon McKernan's right.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that Tom Morris shortly, but Oliver's got it. Half-forward flank, go out to Frost, about to be run down, pokes the pass, straight through the hands of Petrarca. He has to go and mop his mess up. Gave it out towards Wagner. He was called by McGrath, got an enormous amount of time. Umpire said fend-off was high, so McGrath's ball, half-back flank, 78 plays 62. Bombers back in control at the moment. There's a ton of game time left as we go down to Tom Morris shortly. Long kick in the Stringer direction. McKernan, Stringer. Big grab, McKernan. And he plays on quickly to Zaharakis, and the Bombers are out again.
Showed no sign of that leg injury then. Good kick laterally to Fantasia. Now he kicks it down the line. Will it sit for Bagley? Fritsch closes quickly. I reckon Bagley's given away a free kick. Fritsch played it well. And he'll take the resultant free kick on the numbers of the defensive 50-metre arc. It's a free handball, in fact. And it's out wide to Lockhart. He has to concede ground back to Wagner, the taller and the older one in Josh. Little pass over the top. And the mark is taken by Kolodjasny, who doesn't like what's ahead of him. So he runs laterally, kicks a high floaty thing, which will get to Jetta at right half back. Now they're out. A kick to Frost, who has time to have a little fumble and then pops it over the top. And mark in space there by Corey Wagner. Sweeps a handball to Oliver. Closes to 60. Kicks to the hot spot over the head of Tom McDonald. Francis meets at full chest but went without the footy. Grabbed by Jaden Hunt, and he's grabbed by Bell Chambers. Grabbed by Harms, and he's tackled. Handball straight to Parrish, and he's grabbed by Petrarca. Umpire's seen enough. He says, I'll throw it up. And he'll throw it up. 35 out from the Melbourne goal. Tom Morris on the boundary before Duano.
Yeah, Sean McKernan not moving too well. The doctor went out to him. He said, go away, I'll be fine. The doctor's still in deep consultation with his colleague.
Holding the ball, Heppel's free. And a triple change about to happen on the boundary, Tom, by the looks of things. Bombers trying to get players on.
Yeah, and Sean McKernan's one of the players that are trying to get off, but he will not come off. Dylan Shield, the key player, trying to come on the ground at the moment.
Right. McKernan thought he was
inching towards the boundary line,
yeah.
McKernan, isn't he?
I think he thought he was going to be a target then for the relieving kick outside 50. Hurley's got it. And now Shield comes on and replaces McKernan. Heppel's at full back. Gee, sat that on McGrath's head a little. And he takes the mark in the back pocket.
McKernan straight down to the rooms.
Okay, so you reckon it's Hammy-ish?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Clutched,
That's what he held as soon as the play stopped.
Clark's on now, and Hibbert had a chance, but he fumbled it. He's on the wing, about to be run down, and he turns it over to Francis. So Francis of the Bombers has it with 16.5 gone, third term for Robot Building Supplies. 78-62. Essendon back in front after being in front by 21 at quarter time, being down by 7 at half time.
Seesawing contest. Should have been a free kick to Oscar McDonald. In fact, the ball will come back.
Right.
Advantage won't be paid there to Josh Wagner. And Lloydie, you don't like the call?
No, because they didn't pay it, and then for some reason, I don't know if someone's in his ear, the umpire said, pay this free kick, and then it hurts their advantage.
Allegation from Lloydie that they're coaching from the grandstand.
Well, the umpire inside forward 50 for Melbourne paid that free kick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oscar McDonald kicks to the long lead of his brother, who in the end has to play the defender's role, punched away from Francis, and we'll have a boundary throw in. Back down to Tom Morris. Is Matt Stevick still out there? He had some issues, or we've got the emergency umpire out there.
Yeah, no, he's still out there. He's moving along okay in lemon colour yellow shirt.
He's just in front of you, in fact.
Yes.
As Viney was caught high. He pays the decision there, Matt Stevick. And Viney takes the free kick, the co-captain. Kicks it to the hot spot. No mark taken. Plenty of red and black. McKenna, little handball to McGrath. Left foot kick under pressure. Clears defensive 50.
Clark crashes the pack, knocked it down. Salem caught. Got a kick ball on his backside. Ball in the congestion. Josh Wagner gets the handball up, but straight to McGrath. He pumps it long. Big ball to win here. Zaharakis had a chance. Oscar McDonald, Hibbert, Zaharakis. The ball bounced kindly for him. He's within range from 50. Zaharakis. 18 gone, third term. I reckon Melbourne's in a spot of bother. 13-6 to 10-2. Here's Lloydie.
Yeah, Dwayne, this reminds me of that round one game against Port Adelaide, where the first quarter they started all right, Melbourne, when it was in close, but then the legs and the run and the youth of Port Adelaide was just too much for them in the end, and they got smashed by the end of it by a team that was just too good in the end. So it's all there for Essendon. I know they've got two men where they're short. Zaharakis wanted to come off, couldn't, because they're two men down, but in terms of general play, they're just far too quick. So, Tom, how do you view that from the interchange bench with Zaharakis wanting a spell but couldn't?
He sprinted off.
Yeah.
He pleaded with him. He said, let me come off. And they just looked at him and said, sorry, mate, you're going to go back.
Yeah.
And he almost couldn't believe it. He's back on the field. McKernan's getting that right hamstring strapped up. Looks as if he's going to try to continue to play, but he's certainly not 100%.
Zaharakis has literally wobbled inside forward 50, crouched over. The ball's actually going to come near him because Essendon get the clearance. It's out towards actually the right forward pocket, and a chance for Stringer. Is he going to try the money shot, or he's no? Good play. Sent it to Devon Smith, who oh so casually snaps a left foot goal. And it is raining goals at the Punt Road end. The Bombers with Melbourne stationary, stagnant like a statue at 10-2-62. Essendon now out to a 28-point lead, 14-6-90. They've kicked 6 straight to a point in the third quarter, which is almost 20 minutes old, and it's all on the Robot Building Supplies scoreboard.
Stringer, two brilliant bits about that play is he's actually kept waiting his patience before he delivered the ball across to Devon Smith. He almost drew the Melbourne players into thinking he was going goals, but then actually they have the skill to put it across his boot and find Devon Smith with a nice low flat kick. Great play by Stringer, and Zaharakis, he's just cleared out the goal square. So, fellas, this is mine for the next 5 minutes.
9 inside 50, 6 goals in this third quarter for the Bombers. So whenever they go inside 50, there's plenty of space.
So one umpire's electing to bounce, other umpires are electing to throw it up. Gawn gets the clearance, floats it to half forward. Francis in front, kept it in front. He beelined it, he kept it in front, and then he left it behind. Clark gets there, caught by the arm, good wing tackle. He dropped it somewhere near his boot, but I'm not sure he hit it. McKenna's caught. Demon fans roaring for a free. Ball knocked down by Salem. Got it to Jones. Kicks it wide, looking for Petrarca. One arm held. Got a handball back inside. Harms rolling, tumbling, and Hurley should get there. And he took it through under no pressure, and it's a free kick to Melbourne anyway behind play.
It was a Guelphy tackle on Harms. So
okay.
Did he push him after he kicked the ball as in the motion of kicking the ball?
Tripping.
Legs. Okay.
Okay, so the umpire would have let it be a goal if it rolled through. So Harms from 30 will have the shot.
Just 5 goals kicked to the City end in almost 3 quarters.
Is that the Mick Warner-Cussy sitting down that end?
It must be.
35 out. Harms. Oh, he's definitely sitting at that end. He misses from 35 out. So plenty of goals at the non-Mick Warner end. And plenty of goals in this game in terms of overall tally. 24 kicked. And we're not yet to 3-quarter time. 90 plays 63. Here's Bruce Eva as we've played, 22 third term, more importantly 6 left.
Heppel to McGrath. McGrath conceded ground to McKenna, who burst away and kicked to fellow speedster in Fantasia. Lovely kick out wide, southern stand wing to big Zach Clark. Off a step, kicks to the lead of Stringer, who tried to push off Jetta. Jetta held his line, won the football, handball to Fritsch. Kicks back to centre wing. I reckon he's put that out of bounds on the full. Jaden Hunt tried the old 3-card trick. Boundary umpire wasn't falling for it. Hurley with the free kick, bounces the little short pass to Zach Merritt, who handballs back to Hurley, who loads up with a thumping 50-metre drop punt. Punch away there by Wagner. That was Zach Corey. Stacks on the mill again. Umpire lets it go. Jones grabs the footy. Quick handball to Fritsch. Is this a better kick? It looks for Gawn. Big punch away by Zach Clark. Essendon there in numbers. Hurley will go again. Off a step, a left foot drop punt. This travels about 45 metres. Gets to the back. Bell Chambers could mark it. Devon Smith explodes onto it and kicks the goal. Devon Smith with 2 in the third quarter. The Bombers can't miss. They've kicked 7 straight. And they lead it by 33 points. 15-6-96. Melbourne 10-3-63. Robot Building Supplies scoreboard. Matthew Lloyd and Jimmy Bartell on Friday night. 3AW footy for Maccas.
Yarra Valley and Croydon Total replay shows shell-shocked Melbourne fans, young and old. They just cannot believe that in 23 minutes of football, Essendon 2 men down on the bench, 7 goals to nothing. And again, it was a lack of speed from Melbourne. Devon Smith, it's in dispute. He just put the afterburners on and no one could go with him. So it's just the speed of Shield and McKenna and Shield and the likes and Smith, who've just been too good in this third quarter.
Some worrying trends for Melbourne. They're minus 20 in disposals, even though they've had the extra man on the interchange. They're minus 9 in contested footy. Their number, one thing they pride themselves on, minus 5 in tackles. So all the key areas Melbourne are after, they're losing.
Harms, a wobbler inside 54. The Demons. Time ticking down in this third term. Ambrose tackled to the deck and Francis takes it out. And we'll get a ball in about 35 metres around from the Melbourne goal. And they are shell-shocked right now, Melbourne. And so is this crowd. It's a Melbourne home game. And I tell you what, they might be heading for the Isles at 3-quarter time the way this is going. Gawn with a slap down. Good collect from Fantasia, who's back there lending a hand. Kicks it towards the wing. Clark goes up. Couldn't bring it down. Hibbert does. Gave it to Oliver. Gave it out to Jones. He jumps on it but falls. He gave it up to Josh Wagner. Handed it over the top to Oliver. He looks inside. Not a lot on. He just skies it in hope. Up flies Bell Chambers. Knocked it down. Francis hacks it outside 50. Fritsch. He takes the mark. 80 from goal. Pumps it back to the square. Under a big grab, Hunt. That is a monster grab. That is an absolute ripper. He lost his headband in the process. That's how hard he was whacked to the head.
For the Drain Man.
The Drain Man.
So he steps back and he's going to kick a goal from 20. Where is his headband? It's been knocked from his head.
Head bounce on the ground.
And in he runs. And he just squeezed it in, only just. So Melbourne stay alive. He's got a couple, Hunt. 26 gone, third term, Robot Building Supply scoreboard. 15-6 to 11-3. More from Matty Lloyd and Jimmy Bartell, the Drain Man.
Bit of a different role for him tonight. Since McDonald went off, they've sent him forward, and he's been lively as a forward. Because, look, a couple of years ago, half-back, that rebounding half-back, but a few have gone ahead of him on that half-back flank position. So his ability to play forward will keep him in the side a lot longer. Then they can swing him around, half-back, half-forward, even up on the wing. Because we all know he's got that running power and long kick. Probably just a bit more precision will keep him in the game.
He puts his headband down his Dax when he kicks a goal. Did you know that? I didn't know that was a thing.
Not sure what the segue is from there. Duano back in the centre.
There is none.
I was going to something to do with the Drain Man, but 27 points the margin. Nathan Jones comes storming in off the side of the square. Got it to Viney, who got it to Brayshaw. Wobbles a kick to centre half forward. Chance here for Petrarca. No, he kicks it straight to Hurley, who read it best and chips it past to Francis, who kicks it back out to Sard. He wasn't aware that, he shrugged off Jaden Hunt quickly. He was aware that he was there, and then chipped it past to Heppel. The skipper off a step, honours the leader, Zach Clark. Howry's hands when it was punched away by Frost into the path of Fritsch. Back to Frost, kicks around the corner straight to Heppel. Again off a step. No, as he stepped outside the boundary line, he has.
He didn't think he was going to be paid the mark because it went 12, so he played on and realised he was actually hearing the whistle at the same time.
Sard just comes off the ground for a rest and just looks a little ginger as well as he goes down on to one of the rub-down mats for a bit of treatment. Boundary throw in centre wing on this Olympic stand or members stand side. 27 and a quarter into the third. The Bombers by 27.
Gorn wins the knockdown. Got it past Ridley. Still a chance to grab it. Flicks it out in the Zaharakis direction. He's got Heppel. He's met by Petrarca. Ball falls to Hunt. Bumped on the kick. Got it to a good spot. Under it, Hurley. They've got a 3-on-2 here, the Bombers. Hurley got it outside 50, which means Melbourne probably got more around the ball here on the wing. Jetta gets a kick. He pumps it back towards attacking 50. Up they fly. No mark. Ball comes to Wiedemann, and he got a free kick, Wiedemann, and he'll have a shot. 45-degree angle, 48 metres out.
Paddy Ambrose has just smashed the arm, so good decision there from the umpire. It's a big arm chop, and he doesn't win a lot of the ball, Wiedemann, but what he is a beautiful kick, so he's got to make the most of his chances because he, as I said, just 9 disposals so far tonight and the 1 goal.
2 minutes left in this third term. 15-6 to 11-3. Melbourne on the ropes. Struck it beautifully. That is a delightful kick. You're spot on, Lloydie. That was a strike with venom in it. So a couple of minutes to go before the last change, and Melbourne keep themselves alive. 15-6 to 12-3, and he's got a couple.
Just presenting well there. Gets you the free kick sometimes. You don't have to mark it, but defenders panic in those situations. Big guy, 200 centimetres tall, so you get the arms up and you launch at the footy. It's very hard for defenders not to give away the free, but spot on, Lloydie. A great finish, and they desperately needed that one, Melbourne.
We saw him destroy Geelong in the first final last year, and he's not consistent yet, but that's normal. He's probably only played, how many games is he up to now, Beaver?
Just his 23rd tonight.
So that's normal. If he can kick, he's kicked 2 tonight. If he can kick the occasional 3 every now and then, and by this time next year, I'll have a star in Sam Wiedemann.
He's a beautiful kick as well. So 2 straight tonight, and the Demons very accurate. 12-3, but still trailing by 21 points. Back in the centre, big clearance, and Merritt does it well. Little handball to Zaharakis, left foot kick inside forward 50. All flew, no mark taken. Steaming through was McKernan, went without it, but then he laid a big tackle on Jetta, and Jetta was dealt with illegally after he got rid of it. And they pay advantage, so Fritsch strolls away, kicks to centre. Petrarca with strong hands takes the mark in front of his eyes. He kicks out to the lead of Tom McDonald, who'll pitch just in front of that player, grabs the footy, shrugged off the would-be tackler in Ambrose, who hasn't had a good few minutes, kicks to full forward just over the head of Melcham. Melcham goes again, recovered better, paddled it in the path of Parrish though, and Parrish kicks it wildly out towards Heppel. Will it sit? No, it won't, and it'll roll out of play. 75 around from the Melbourne goal. Clock stops with 78 ticks remaining before three-quarter time. Can the Demons pinch a late one and draw within 3 goals?
And it put a scare through the Bombers right now if the Demons get another one, and to give the momentum back. Viney attacks it nicely, got a handball up, but he missed his target. Shield gets it, gave it out to Merritt for the Bombers. He's got a couple of options, one of them Stephen Smith. He gave it to Bagley, hands it to Clark. His handball horrid. He turns it over. Salem's got it now. And Melbourne a chance on the rebound. Brayshaw drops a chest mark. And Devon Smith lets him know about it. Little push and shove, no free, bump to the back. Brayshaw with the bump to the back.
Been their own worst enemy this quarter, Melbourne. They had a lot of drop marks, some fumbles, some poor decision-making in defence.
From the ball in, Bill Chambers down towards Heppel. Got a second go at it. Pumps it back to half forward. Up flies McKernan. No arm chop free this time. Ball falls to the back. Fritsch has got it. Fantasia wrapped him up. That's just about ball. He just got a handball up to Salem. He short passes middle of the ground of the mark. taken by Wiedemann, and we're down to 40 seconds, Beeve. One last roll of the dice for the D's.
Wiedemann goes out sideways to Viney. There's been some big 50-50 calls in the last couple of minutes. Viney has to sweat back off the mark. Nothing on short. Just a kick and hope. Gorn the target. Punch away by Bell-Chambers. Heppel with the crumbs. Handball to Shield. Swung the full 360 in the tackle. Still a loose ball. Francis handballs back to Bell-Chambers. Didn't know what to do with it, so just looked ahead and kicked it. Kicked and hoped, and it's all Melbourne.
Been good, this bloke. I've loved his third quarter, Fritch.
He's had a big term, and he might have one of the last kicks of the quarter. It's a good kick to Frost, but he's taken the ground, and the ball finishes in neutral territory after a quarter dominated by the Bombers. They kicked 7 straight to Melbourne's 2-2 and turned a 7-point halftime deficit into a 21-point three-quarter time lead. And if that sounds familiar, that's what Essendon led by at quarter time. What a seesawing contest. The Bombers by 21 at quarter time, Melbourne by 7 at the half, and the Bombers by 21 with a quarter to play. Rowboat Building Supplies scoreboard, Essendon 15-6-96, Melbourne 12-3-75. McDonald, Tip and Woody with 4, 3 each to Stringer and McKernan, and 2 to Devon Smith, while for the Demons, their major goal kickers, Wiedemann, Hunt and Lockhart, have all kicked 2. For McDonald's, 3AW is Friday Night Football.